Hi and welcome to another episode of Leader Logic. My name's Amelia and today I'm trying something new. This is the first episode in a series called Leaders Love Triangles, and I'm doing it because the more that I study, the more that I see that engineers and managers and project managers love to describe the theories that we use in terms of triangle diagrams. And so the first one we're talking about today is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's a theory that's come out of the psychology space, and basically it talks about the different needs that people want to have fulfilled or need to have fulfilled in order to move from operating in a survival mode to operating in a mode where they're happy, they're fulfilled, they're willing to help others. So the bottom level of Maslow's hierarchy is the basic needs. This is stuff like food, water, and shelter. People are always going to be motivated to meet those needs first before they can focus on any kind of higher order needs or personal development. It's a need that gets stronger the longer it goes unfulfilled. So, for example, if you don't have food, you get hungry, and then you get hungrier the longer that you go without food. And so your obsession with trying to find food becomes more all-consuming the longer that you go without it. So how this applies to business is that you need to be aware that your staff have this need and this innate desire to fulfill this need, and so if they can't for some reason, of course they're not going to be able to give their best at work. So when you talk about food and shelter, it's not your job to provide food and shelter, but providing the income that they need to get food and shelter. That's where you come in. So making sure that they know where their next paycheck is coming from, making sure that they will get paid on time. These are all really important things to allow your staff to fulfill their basic needs. So the next step up was more of it's to do with personal safety and security. And the way this relates to the business world is their next focus will be on making sure that they have income for the week after and the week after and the week after, so that they know they can continue filling those needs. So it's future-proofing that their basic needs are going to be met. Sometimes you'll have people that are on temporary contracts, or they're on, very short run contracts. Those people have got more of an incentive to try and fulfill those needs for security than someone who's on a permanent contract, because a permanent contract person knows they're going to come in, they're going to do their job, they're going to go home, the job is relatively secure. A contractor, on the other hand, might still be spending part of their time trying to line up the next gig. So just be aware of that as a leader, and if there are opportunities to provide people with better security, it might be worth taking them, so that you know that you're getting people's full attention on the job. The next step has to do with interpersonal relationships. No one likes being lonely. You can see how that'll relate to the workplace in having a strong team, having people that are friends with other people. It just makes their life more pleasurable. It gives them a sense of belonging. Step 4 is all about having a personal sense of achievement and accomplishment, and being acknowledged for the work that they do. Then when we get to the top of the triangle is all about self-actualization. This is where people have had all of those other needs fulfilled, and they're really at a point now where they're being their best self. They're giving their best to the project. They're inspired to do more. They're inspired to mentor other people. He later returned to this principle and said that it's not strict in the progression, in that you can't start fulfilling higher order needs while the lower ones are unfulfilled, but it is a general trend up the triangle towards this self-actualization at the top. So that's Maslow's hierarchy of needs in a nutshell. You can Google it and find a million diagrams that describe this in slightly different ways, and they relate it to business, they relate it to project management, they relate it to things like marketing. It's a well-known theory, you'll definitely come across it, but this is just a quick intro for those that haven't, so at least when you do hear it come up, you know what people are talking about. I've created this little diagram that I've used in the video, but yeah, there are hundreds out there that you can find. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked this, hit the thumbs up. My question for the commenters is, where do you think businesses can improve on meeting some of these lower order needs? Or even if you've got a company that's doing quite well, what are they doing to improve the self-actualization of different people in the organisation? Please subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when new messages come out. Have a great day. Thanks for watching Leader Logic.